So what I'm about to say isn't for everyone, but it is for a few people on here, okay? I want you to know that Jesus does not minimize your trauma. He actually enters into your trauma. I want to share a story with you out of John chapter number 4 about the woman at the well. In this particular story, this woman has been through a lot of traumatic incidences. We can just tell by the multiplicity of men that have run through her life. In fact, Jesus is the first man who shows up in her life, watch this, who doesn't want something from her, but wants to get something to her. First man, right? And then I want to share this with you. Jesus breaks all kinds of cultural boundaries to get to this woman, even to have this conversation with her. This is how important it was for him to enter into her life. So I don't want anybody to tell you, just run off and God will do the rest and you'll be okay. No. If you're struggling, I want you to know that Jesus actually wants to be with you in that space. But there's a very important passage in this, I believe it's verse number 10, where Jesus asked her a question. And I think this is the pivot point for that I believe will help you too. Listen to what he says here. They're having a conversation and Jesus says to her, if you knew the gift of God and who it was who asked you for a drink, you would have asked him and he would have given you living water. Jesus elevates this entire encounter through this portion of the conversation. The woman simply didn't know who he was, but Jesus then has to announce himself. And in doing so, he starts the process of telling her, I want to step into your life in the place where you've been most vulnerable, most broken, most shattered, where you've given of yourself, where you've quit, where you've given up, where you've lost hope, where you keep running from one man to the next man. I'm interested in being in that space in your life. And not only just being in that space, but elevating your entire life and taking you to another level of purpose and insight and understanding. So I want to tell you, whoever you are, be you male or female, there's such power in this story. And the reason for that is that God is very much so interested in your trauma. Now, let's just be honest. We know that a lot of people use this terminology and they just take it as far as they can. But here's what I want to tell you. The reality of it is I believe that there are a lot of people who can't really get next to or grasp the gospel at the level that God wants them to because they haven't taken care of what happened to them before they came. They got saved, right? But they haven't been able to really engage with who God has called them to be. I just want you to know that God wants to enter into your trauma so that you can genuinely be healed. Y'all be blessed.